first suspect Joe was that he knew more than an innocent person should have known.
I suspected Irene the moment I heard the fireman's whistle. The account of the unimportant fact that
I
suspected the postman after...
I suspected...
Listen to radio's newest, most interesting and thrilling program, Suspicion. And now, suspicion. Somewhere in the drama about to be presented is a seemingly unimportant fact, a hidden clue that first casts suspicion on the ultimate culprit. Listen regularly to this thrilling series. Test your powers of observation and deduction and find the hidden clue. It may be a sign, a sound, perhaps a complete scene. All names and characters depicted in this story
How I lost my temper and struck her, knocked her down. Jean Jean struck her head against the running board of the car.
Well, Peterson, why don't you finish the story?
That's all there is. Right after I hit her, I ran away.
You came back later?
No.
You came back later and decided to kill her and tried to make it look like suicide.
That's a lie.
Laura McCall heard a car drive up about 1 o'clock, stop for a minute, then speed away. Didn't you, Miss McCall?
Yes.
You came back, Peterson, saw Jean Manners lying unconscious on the floor of the garage, started her car, closed the garage door.
No, you're lying. I came back...
Go on.
Well, I came back to get some letters I'd written. There weren't any lights in the house, and I thought she might still be knocked out. I started for the garage, but the doors were locked, so I decided she'd been found and taken inside.
Why didn't you include that with the rest of your statement?
I'm not a fool.
Tell that to the jury. Take him out and book him, Ted, for the murder of...
No.
Huh?
I killed Jean Manners.
Oh, now, don't tell me you've fallen for this kid, too, Miss McCall.
I killed Jean Manners, Mr. Hanlon.
Why?
Jealousy. Oh, I hated that woman. Jean was 31, although she looked only 24. Several years ago, she tried out for the lead in a show. It had been promised to me, but she flirted with a producer and got the part. Then my luck went against me. Last summer, I saw her again. I was broke and asked for a loan. She offered me a job as her maid, so I took it. She treated me worse than the dirt under her feet.
I see. And last night?
But just before the show started, she accused me of stealing a ring some man had given her. I knew that she'd pawned it and was accusing me in order to save herself. I got to the house about midnight. The garage doors were open. I looked in and saw her lying unconscious on the floor. I started the car, closed the doors, and left her.
I figured that was how it happened.
You knew?
Certainly. But I couldn't prove it. So you had to be tricked into confessing. Sorry.
The following day, while Detectives Jack Hanlon and Ted Blaine were having luncheon...
Well, you read Alan Peterson's account of what happened, Ted, and you'll see
Listen,
why.
Jack, I've read his statement till I'm blue in the face.
Well, okay. No use putting gray hairs on your young head. You see, I suspected that Laura McCall had murdered Jean Manners because...
Ladies and gentlemen, did you discover the hidden clue that caused Detective Jack Hanlon to suspect Laura McCall of the murder of Jean Manners? If you did, write into this station and tell us the clue you found. And to check your powers of observation and deduction, listen for the correct hidden clue in this story the next time we present Suspicion.